welcome to my channel. My name is Courtney and I've been a part-time reseller on Poshmark since 2018. And gosh, it's been 3.5 months since I have made a video for you guys. I apologize about that. I will, at the end of this video, give you guys some life updates. 2024, easy to say, has not been my best year. There's been a lot going on, but we are getting back into it. So there's lots of great things happening all the time as well. I've had a lot of blessings in addition to some challenges this year, but safe to say that because of the challenges, which I'll talk about later, reselling has kind of had to take a back seat. So I have still been selling things, but not a lot because I have not been actively listing for the past 3.5 months or so. But within the last, I'd say 2 weeks, I have kind of tried to get back to a normal routine of sourcing and photographing on the weekends, editing the photos, and doing at least a couple of listings a day, if not every day, then every other day, just to kind of keep my closet active. I will say, like, I know that I've given them props in the past, but Posh for VA is the only reason why I've made a single sale the past 3.5 months, because I put in zero effort. And Posh for VA, as you guys probably know, keeps your closet active automatically. I didn't have to do anything. I had it sharing, I had it sending offers to likers, and thanks to that I did make some sales. So anyways, I did tell a fib just a second ago when I said that I'm getting back to sourcing. I never stopped sourcing. I have been thrifting quite a bit. Admittedly, thrifting is kind of a form of therapy for me, which is great. I'm sure there's more destructive things I could be investing my time and money into to cope. But the downside of thrifting when you're not listing is you acquire a death pile. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I have a problem with this. I previously sold my entire death pile to Harry Tornado for $7,000 because I was so overwhelmed and I knew I'd never list anything. And it only took about a year to get, I mean, it didn't get anywhere nearly as bad as it was when I sold it to him, but I definitely started acquiring a death pile pretty quickly after I sold it to him. And I probably have about 30% of what I had when I sold it to him. So, which is still quite a bit. I mean, over a couple hundred items if I had to guess. So anyways, something fun that has come out of that though is when I realized that I was acquiring a death pile, I was like, I just need to move some of this stuff out before it gets too bad. I did acknowledge that there was a problem, and I actually posted over on my Instagram, which I'll put my handle up here if you don't already follow me over there, that I was doing at cost mystery boxes. So they were whatever price I paid at the thrift store is what I was charging people. I think I ended up doing like an average of $6 or $7 an item, because some things I pay $8-ish for, some things I pay $5. So I figured we just call it average at $6. And then buyer paid shipping as well. And I ended up selling, I think, like 12 mystery boxes of like anywhere from, I think the smallest one I sold was like 6 or 8 items. And the biggest one I sold was 50 items. So I moved almost my entire death pile. But since then, that was like over a month ago, since then I've been thrifting again. But something great that came out of doing that mystery box thing on Instagram is I actually linked up with a reseller that I'd never met before, but she followed me and she reached out and did a mystery box for her then when I was trying to get the inventory out, and she was really happy with the box. And she said, you know, I'm looking to partner with somebody that can source for me. She has a brick and mortar and is an online reseller. I think she sells on eBay, and has a women's closet. So she's constantly looking for new inventory and doesn't really have the time to source herself because she runs a brick and mortar. And I'm like, this might be the perfect partnership because I can go shopping without acquiring a death pile. So we've done a couple additional boxes where I'm specifically sourcing for her, and we're kind of learning as we go. Like, I have her, each time I send her something, send me a list of any items that I sent that she wouldn't typically pick up herself, so that I know the next time I source for her not to pick those up. So that's been a really fun partnership. I mean, essentially, I'm not profiting from it at all, but like financially profiting. But I think that when you look at it from the perspective of, if I didn't have that partnership with her, I would be spending my own money, acquiring items that are just sitting in my garage and not really doing much with them. then yeah, I'm profiting in that sense. It's saving me peace of mind and mental health and sanity and all the other things. So I'm loving that. I don't know how long it'll last, especially now that I'm starting to kind of get back into my normal routine of reselling, but it's worked out for the past few months when I've needed an outlet to cope with some things going on in my life. And it's been really great so far. So these items are items that I sourced. It's kind of a combination of things for that person that I'm sourcing for, and there's some that I'll probably sell myself that she doesn't sell. So this was a massive haul from a regular Goodwill in a very high-end area in the Atlanta area. It is by far my favorite Goodwill that we have. However, it is like all the resellers know about it, so it's high competition. Like when they bring out new racks, like there's a line of people waiting and there's people snatching stuff, and like that's not me. Like I am not into that. Confrontation stresses me out. I actually recently cried in a Goodwill because a lady thought that I jumped in front of her on purpose, and it was just by accident. I didn't even see her. And she made a comment, and I felt so bad, and I was so flustered by the confrontation that I was like snotty crying in the middle of Goodwill. So I don't participate in all of that. I just take whatever's left after the aggressive resellers, you know, attack the new racks. But I still find great stuff. Like there's so much stuff to go around. So if you didn't believe me, let me just show you my receipt. Oh, but that's not it. Apparently the receipt printer has a limit to how long a receipt can be. So it wasn't done printing, so it cut it off and finished printing on this one. So yeah, I spent, this might be one of my biggest Goodwill hauls ever. I spent $414.24 on 61 items. So I don't even know, there's still Goodwill bags in my trunk. So part of this haul may still be in my trunk. I just couldn't carry more than 3 and it's too hot to go back outside and get more. So I'm going to show you guys what I have in these 3 bags. I know that these 3 are from that thrift trip. I just don't know if this is all of it. There may be more in the car that I forgot about. But I will put whatever my cost of goods, 61 items, for $414.24. I will put that on the screen. And like I said, some of this stuff I'll be listing myself, but some of it I will be sending to my new partner that I'm sourcing for as well. So let's go ahead and jump into it. God, that was 8.5 minutes of me just chatting. So much for saving everything for the end. But all right, let's see what we have. Up first is a pair of Levi's cutoff shorts. These are very small. I don't even think I looked at the size. Yeah, 24. That's what I would have guessed if I didn't have a tag. But they are very small, but they are so cute. They're the 501, the 501 style. I don't know. I want to say that these, I don't know. I don't know if these were originally pants or originally shorts. I can't really tell. If they were originally pants, these are the best cutoff shorts, like at home cutoff shorts I've ever seen. The style is great. The distressing's great. So it does have, yeah, button fly. So that is a great piece. This one I will be selling myself because she does not sell vintage that I know of. I have mentioned it and she didn't really I don't think she ever answered me. So my guess is she doesn't sell vintage. Let me get this dry cleaner tag off. So this is Jam's World, and it is the vintage Jam's World tag, size large. And this is a skirt. I have sold Jam's World a handful of times, and I think I've only ever sold their dresses. I don't recall ever selling anything other than dresses. And there are certain Jam's World styles out there that are bolos. I will say on this trip, I found quite a bit of Lululemon. So I want to say maybe like 8 or 10 pairs. So this is like a monochrome printed pair. It's got this like floral subtle print on it. It's popping way more on camera than it actually is in person. Like you can't see the outline of the flowers quite as much in person. So the logo's back here. It does have like a zipper ankle. It's almost like if a jogger and a legging had a baby. That's what this would be, because it's got like the jogger like ribbed material like you see on different pairs of joggers, but it's tight like leggings. So I'll have to look up the style and see what they consider it. Let's see if we can find a size dot here. The rip tag is torn out. Here we go. Great size, size 10. So this is an older pair because it does not have the style number around the circle. But a size 10 in this pair, like these don't feel to me, they don't feel dated. Like I do have, this is not from this haul, but like I have this pair that I'm giving my friend's daughter, and like printed leggings like this feel dated to me. Like I have not been in a Lululemon store, not that I shop at them often, but occasionally my friends like to go in there and I'll go in with them, but I haven't seen a printed legging in a Lululemon store or a Lululemon outlet store in a very long time. Like solids are the trend right now. So anything with a print, like those that I just held up, I typically, unless it was like a great size, like a 12, 14, 16 and up, I probably would not pick it up. Or if it was like new with tags, I might, but all right, I think these are also Lululemon. Yeah, this was the first thing that I found that day. So these are just kind of like some washed, they have like a sweatshirt material feel to them. I keep wanting to say hit, like a vintage seller. It's got a hit on the back. But yeah, they're really cozy. They're like a slate gray blue color. Let's see if we can find a size dot on these. Oh, I see it. There it is. All right, these are a size 8, and they do have the style number around the circle, so that does indicate that they are a newer style, and they do have that drawstring there on the front. So just a nice little pair. All of the Lululemon I'll probably be sending to my partner to sell. She does have a Lululemon section in her physical like brick and mortar store. She's always looking for more Lululemon to add. So this is also size 10. Still has the rip tag, which is great. And these are a pair of sweatpants. They're just like wide leg. They have pockets, no pockets on the back, solid. And they're a navy blue with a drawstring. So those, let's see. Oh, there it is. It's got like a monochrome logo there. All right. Probably more Lululemon. Yep. These are solid black. And they are a flared. I'll have to look up comps on these. I may end up keeping these and selling these myself if the flared leggings are still doing as good as they were for a minute there. These are a size 12. I might keep these. So I think I maybe told you guys in my last video that I posted, which must have been in January, because I started a health journey in January. Yeah, like actually, I think it was like the last day of December. And I told you guys I signed up for a gym, and I was, going to be on like a diet. I don't like to call it a diet, but I was changing my eating habits. And I'm happy to report that I am down, last time I weighed 22 pounds, and I just hit a big milestone at the gym. I went to the gym 50 times in the year so far as of 2 days ago. I was on track to hit that about a month ago until life happened, which I'll talk about later. And I ended up missing almost a total of 3 weeks at the gym. So anyways, but I'm still super happy with my progress, and I don't feel like burned out from it. Like I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. I found a really good community at that gym, and I've shared a lot of my journey on my personal Instagram page, which I'll put that handle up here. It's Court Gets Real. I basically just share like a super raw and real, like authentic look into the health journey of a plus size person, and I share the good, the bad, the funny, the ridiculous, like all the things. And I have found that the internet doesn't have to be a scary place when you curate it and surround yourself with supportive people who want to see you win. It can be a great source of support. So, and I've also felt that way about, YouTube. I've had like a couple nasty comments since I started last August, but overwhelmingly positive and supportive. So, I really only started sharing to keep myself accountable, because I'm the type of person that likes to quit in quiet, like in silence, and like pretend like it didn't happen. And I'm sure people notice, but I did that because if I'm quitting this time, like the world's going to know it, because I'm going to have to admit to everyone that I fell off the wagon. And I think that that is enough to keep me going on the days that I don't want to keep going. And the biggest thing for me, like I think the biggest reason that I've found success in this specific health journey is I had 2 separate people who are fairly into fitness but haven't always been fit, who had, one of them can relate to me. They were my size when I started. And the other one is just like down to earth, like loves everyone for who they are, like doesn't shove fitness down your throat. So I really trust and respect them. And both of them separately, they don't know each other. They both separately shared something with me my first couple weeks of my journey. And that was, do not lean on motivation to continue going to the gym, because there will be days that you are not motivated. And if you're leaning on motivation to go to the gym and you're not motivated, you won't go. But if you look at it through the lens of discipline, so like you make it a part of your routine, so it's in line with brushing your teeth, waking up in the morning, getting dressed for work, going to work. If you add in exercising and moving your body in that list and look at it like you look at the rest of those things that you have to do because it's part of your day, then that'll get you to the gym on the days where you don't feel motivated. And honestly, that's been a game changer for me, looking at it like that. So yeah, highly recommend that. And I just want to like shout it from the rooftops, because my entire life, the only thing I've ever heard is you have to be motivated. Nobody's ever presented discipline as an option, and it makes so much sense. Like, why would we not? So I like how I said I was going to talk about all this stuff at the end, and I'm just like rambling on. So anyways, that's an update. All right, up next, we've got Roberta Roller Rabbit. I think I found this before, but I don't remember. Size small. I'll probably end up selling this one myself. I doubt she'll want this. The hardest part about this partnership that I now have with this woman is I'm a Poshmark seller and she's an eBay seller. So like the first box that I did for her, not the first one when I was like clearing out my death pile, but the first one when I was intentionally sourcing for her, the hardest part was I was looking up comps on everything because I wanted to make sure that it was worth it for her. But I was looking them up on Poshmark. So some of the stuff I sent, even though on Poshmark it was looking like solds were $30, $40, $50, $60, on eBay it was not. So the second time I went sourcing for her, I did download the eBay app and start looking up comps there, because it's totally different in some cases. All right. Up next is Free People, which I am very picky with these days. This is a size small, but this is a maxi dress. And it is smocked, long sleeve. It's got this really pretty like red floral print to it. I looked it over really well in the store, no flaws. All right, we've got a pair of Athleta. This is not the newest tag because it doesn't say the style on it, but it isn't the oldest tag either. I think she said she sells Athleta, so I'll probably send these to her and see what she thinks. The good news is like she looks at it the same way I do, in that this is a learning process, and like we literally don't know each other, or didn't know each other before this. So, yeah, we're just kind of figuring out what works and what doesn't work. And I do pick up all seasons. This was another one I got for her. It's Anthropologie's Saturday Sunday line, which is like a cozy loungewear kind of line of theirs. It's got the patches on the elbows. This is like definitely like a mixed media. It's got like a knit, like a tighter knit on the back, a looser knit on the front. And then there's like the Sherpa on the like lapel. What do we call that, a lapel? On the flaps. How about that? All right. We've got Madewell, size small. This is another one I'm very picky with, but this is in excellent condition. It is a thicker one, so it's probably one that wouldn't sell. I mean, I guess technically, oh, there's buttons on the side. I think technically there's some areas in the country that are still cold, right? I'm in Georgia and it's averaging 65 to 70 degrees during the day, like midday. But in the mornings it's still cold. It's like that fake spring where half the time it's cold, half the time it's warm, and I can't figure out what to wear. Also, should we talk about this water stain that I got on this new shirt that I steamed? I don't know how that happened, but I was not going to change. Sorry if that bothers you guys. All right, let's see. This is Free People, size medium. And this is just too cute to leave. I can definitely see somebody wearing this like as a beach cover-up top. Like between now and, I don't know, mid-May, when it's still kind of chilly in the evenings and they're on the beach on vacation. All right, we've got some Madewell jeans. This is a 10-inch road tripper in a size 27. It's a zip fly. Here we go. And because it was a good size and there's no puckering or anything, I thought I'd pick it up. I'll have to ask her if she sells Madewell denim. If not, I'll sell it myself. All right, these I'm going to sell myself. I definitely do not pick this brand up often, Blank NYC, but these are so cute. I could not leave these behind. They're like a washed black denim with a paper bag waist and a drawstring tie. So cute. Like, I can't sell like blue jean denim shorts from Blank NYC to save my life. I literally still have some in my closet from the infamous Nordstrom Rack $5, $10, $15 sale. If you know, you know. And Blank NYC, Sweaty Betty, like there's a handful of brands that I scooped up because they were $5, and I've had them, I think that was a year and a half ago. I think this fall would be 2 years since that sale happened. So, all right, we got more Lululemon. This is like the same kind of material as the Swiftly Tech, but it's not the Swiftly Tech, I don't think. It doesn't have the Lulu like swoosh on the front like the Swiftly Techs do. It's like a moss green, I guess I would say. The Lululemon logo is here. There we go. Well, let's see. Does not have a size on the inside, so we'll have to measure that one. I'll probably send that one to her. All right, this one is Equipment Femme, size small. If you're familiar, you know all of their shirts are silk. It's button up. This is like the style that they're known for. I'll have to look up comps on eBay for this to see if it's worth sending to her, but it's in excellent condition, so I was not going to leave that behind. One brand that she does love to sell is Spanx. The last box I sent her had like 4 pairs of Spanx, and she loved it. So these are Spanx. They're just like their regular, it's not, is it Look at Me Now? They have a name. I can't remember what they are, but I've sold maybe like 15 to 20 pairs of these in solids and camo. So we'll send those to her. We've got, what is this? Oh yes, Bowden. She did say she sells Bowden. So this is a size 6 regular, and it's just a cute little mini dress, floral. It is missing the belt, but I definitely don't think that the belt's necessary for this. So I'll probably just snip those little belt hooks off before I send it to her. All right. This one I'm gonna have to sweater shave. It is Ronnie Kobo, which I have sold Ronnie Kobo a handful of times before. This is a cardigan, but it's got quite significant pilling on it, but I definitely think it's the type of pilling that'll come right off with a quick sweater shave. So I've sold Ronnie Kobo dresses, I've sold Ronnie Kobo swim. They've all done decent. I know that I just recently sold, I'm pretty sure it was Ronnie Kobo. It was a swimsuit that I thought was going to do. Why is it every time I film my neighbor brings out his dang blower? I don't think he ever blows off his driveway until I'm filming. Or maybe he does and I just don't notice. Guess we'll take a water intermission. Now he's blowing off the pollen on every single car in the parking lot. Clearly he's a good Samaritan. Just really bad timing. I think we're done. All right, where was I? Ronnie Kobo. Yeah, so one of my consignment clients gave me a velour or velvet, like 2 or 3 piece bikini set. I think it was maybe like a top, a bottom, and like a skirt wrap, like a sarong type thing. And that I thought was going to sell like really well. And it ended up like I had a lot of attention on it, but it only ended up selling, I want to say, for like $30 or $40. And I thought it was going to go for like 70 or something. So do your comps, make sure that you check everything out before you buy. But I would, kind of similar to Jam's World, like if you see Ronnie Kobo, it's definitely worth looking up. All right, moving on. This is not a brand I always buy. I actually don't see it a lot. This is White & Warren, size extra small, small. And the reason I even looked it up was it's 100% cashmere. And it's kind of like a poncho. It's got some front patch pockets, and then it's solid on the back. But I did like the whole hold it in the air and look for holes with the lights test, and could not find any flaws. So, and I did look up comps on that one. This is another Saturday, Sunday, like cozy cardigan. Must have been from the same owner. It was in the same section, almost like it was put out at the same time. And again, it's really similar. It's knit on the front and then not knit on the back. I don't know what that would be considered. But yeah, I need to do a quick sweater shave on that. This is so pretty. This is Alice and Olivia, size small. But it is stunning. It's definitely sheer, and it's got all of the flowers are velvet, but it's kind of like a burnout velvet. Like, I don't know if you can see like the difference, like lots of velvet. Actually, is it velvet? Okay, so the edges are velvet, not the actual flower, but there's like an edge around every flower, and that is velvet, or something that feels like velvet. So this is stunning. I did find an Alice and Olivia top that was, I don't want to say similar to this, but it was similar in the sense that it was kind of like a satin finish, and it was floral, and I want to say it had like a necktie, and I think it was like a mixed print a couple years ago, and I think it sold really well. If I can find the sold comp in my Posh Closet, I'll put it on the screen. But because of that sale and my experience with that piece, I thought I'd pick this one up too. All right. This is Anthropologie, and it's some sort of collab with whoever that is. I'm not even going to try. Yeah, so it says The Art of Anthropologie featuring whoever that person is. So it's some kind of like artistic collaboration. My guess is they made the print and Anthropologie printed it on this top. I did not look up comps on this. I probably should have, but I'll definitely look up comps on it before I decide whether I'm going to sell it or my partner's going to sell it. This one is Lily Pulitzer, and this was after like the most aggressive reseller left. Like they stopped bringing out new racks for a while, and I guess she got tired of waiting and she left, and the person was carrying a handful of hangers with clothing on them to put them out, and I saw this from like across the room, so I started making my way towards her, and I was the first one to get there. So really pretty Lily Pulitzer, probably silk if I had to guess, top. I'll see if I can find, oh, what is that, a parakeet? Can y'all see it, the bird? Or cockatoo? I don't know my birds, so don't judge me. But there is this one, speaking of aggressive resellers, this was on a different day, not this day that I found all this stuff. There were two ladies. I don't think either one was actually a reseller. I think they were just really aggressive shoppers, and they didn't even have the new racks on the floor. They were leaving the new racks behind like the swinging doors, like back where they sort everything. And they were just bringing out handfuls at a time. And these two ladies were waiting by the swinging door, and when they would come out, the worker would be walking like super fast, and they would sprint, like run after her and like grab it right off the rack as soon as she put it on it. And they started screaming at each other because one of them snatched something out of the other one's hands, and the worker was like, one of the aggressive ladies was like, "Can you tell her to stop?" And she was like, "I'm not telling either of y'all to do anything. Y'all are crazy." And then just went back to her work and just kept doing the thing. And I was just like, oh my, like these people have no shame. Like, did not care that people were staring and laughing. Like one person was recording them. It was just bananas. And I'm like this is a thrift store, and they're not even resellers. I could tell they weren't resellers based on the stuff that they had in their cart. Like it was not any and the stuff that they were leaving on the racks. Like I would go behind them after they went and like, you know, took everything they wanted, and they'd leave like there was a pair of lamb leather Alice and Olivia pants, which I ended up having to leave because of where they put the stupid tag. There was going to be a hole from the tag barb. But like they skipped on those. So they were clearly shopping for themselves. But I'm like, there is nothing that I want bad enough to A, sprint in public in a store, and B, snatch something out of somebody's hands and scream at somebody over. Like, it was just wild to me. I grew up in a bubble. Like, I was very sheltered from things like that happening. And I've been in Atlanta 10 years, and I've seen some crazy things, but like, it still shocks me when things like that happen. Like, people literally have no shame. Oh, God. Okay, I found this Rag & Bone sweater, size medium. This one I did all the tests for to see if it was shrunk because it just feels very small. But I did some research, I looked it up, and this is actually just the fit of it. It does not have any like cracking, like when you, if you don't know, a way to tell if something has been shrunk in the wash is you pull it like next to your ear, and if there's like crackling or stretching that you can like audibly hear, that means that it's shrunk. But there's none of that. It just needs a little sweater shave, and I think it'll be good as new. It's got some cute buttons on top. So anything substantial from Rag & Bone I pick up. I do not pick up their basics, like basic tees or anything like that. But anything substantial I do. This was an exciting find. This was actually in like the plus size section that I guess somebody had put back, and it's Tuckernuck. And it's this really cute sweater. It's very basic. My preference when picking up Tuckernuck pieces is to get, you know, bold print, maxi dresses, things like that. But it's a great brand, and people spend a lot of money on that website. So I'm definitely not going to leave it behind at thrift prices. One of the days when the aggressive resellers were there, I was standing right next to where they were putting the handful of dresses out. And I saw, like, it was almost in slow motion. In her hand, the one on the outside, there was a Tuckernuck tag, and it was this really pretty printed, and literally it hit the rack and the aggressive reseller snatched it. And I was like, dang it. It was so close, but so far. This is Wooden Ships. This I've sold a couple of times. I've also picked up a few pieces that are still sitting that haven't sold yet. This is an oversized boxy. I think it's supposed to be like an abstract, like landscape print, almost like mountains or something, or I could be making that up. It could just be a bunch of colors put together, but it is a loose knit. It's perfect for like a beach cover up for a chilly night during the summer. So yeah, we'll see how that does. Let's see, what size is it? Size X/L, so I guess extra large. But I love that. I don't think that I would pick up, if I found a solid one again, which I have found, I don't think I would pick up solid. But if it has any kind of print, any kind of graphic, like knitted into the knit, that probably was not correct grammar, but if there's like a picture or letters or anything in the knit, then I will pick those up. Like that one I considered, you know, better than basic. So I did pick that one up. But anything basic I would leave behind. All right. Oh, this was a fun find. I definitely found this. Was this the piece? I think it was when I was in line checking out, and at all of the Goodwills in the Atlanta area, the rack that's next to the line where you check out is the men's suit section, usually. And I think people like decide in line that they don't want something, and they always put it back in the men's suit rack. And it's so easy to see like what's not supposed to be there because suits all look the same. So I have found, like in my days of reselling, I have found some gems in that men's suit rack while I'm waiting in line. And this was one piece that I found. It's an All Saints size small, like oversized drapey jacket, long line. It's hooded. It's got these like button snaps. I'm not really sure how it works. It is open front. There's no way to like secure it. And I don't know if this is men's or women's either. So I'll have to look that up because the lady I'm working with does not sell men's from what I can tell. So I would definitely keep that to sell if it is men's. This is a kids pickup. She also has a kids boutique, like brick and mortar boutique. I think it's probably similar to like a kids consignment store. And when I was checking out, I saw this hanging on the rack, and it's a girls Lily Pulitzer size 16. And it's an off the shoulder, cute little dress, perfect condition. It was only like $3.24. So I did message her about that because I'd never picked up kids pieces for her before. And she said absolutely, so I threw it in. All right, we got one more bag. All right, so this was fun. I'm gonna have to do comps on this to see if I'm gonna keep it myself or send it to her. It's actually a 3-piece set. So it's packed, which is like they make a lot of their clothes with like organic materials. So like the sustainability community, I think, is really big into this brand. And it's a pajama set. So this is the top. And then it came with 2 pairs of bottoms. One is a pair of shorts, also a size medium. And then we've got the matching pants, also a size medium. So we'll look this up and see how it does on eBay. If it does really well, I'll send it to her. If not, I'll sell it on Poshmark. Oh, this was a good find. I love selling this brand. This is Blank London, which is sold at Anthropologie. And they always sell these really pretty printed tops. There's one that I have, I think I've told you guys this before, that I have my eye set on in plus size and my size. I want to say it's the Miranda top, but I could be wrong. If I can find it, I'll put it on the screen, but I am like dying. I'm glad that I didn't buy it before now because it wouldn't fit me now. It'd be too big. But I mean, I do not like spending a lot of money on clothes. I say that. I spent $200 at the Lululemon outlet a couple weeks ago impulsively, but usually I like to thrift my stuff or pay like thrift prices, Poshmark or somewhere else. And I think the ones of this specific style shirt in plus sizes that I've seen on Poshmark are like $80 to $100. So I'm not paying that for a top. So I'm waiting for them. I have them all liked, and I'm waiting for somebody to be like clearing out their closet or like just ready to be done with it and like drop the price on it, and I'm going to snag it if I can. But anyways, that style sells really well, so I'll put whatever it is on the screen if I can find it. All right, this is another Lululemon. This is ribbed. It's like a lighter green color. No size, so she'll have to measure, but it's got the Lululemon tag there. All right, this was a good find. This is Rails. It is a size extra small, but historically I've had good luck with Rails. This is a little romper. I just literally yesterday packaged up a maxi dress, New Attack maxi dress in the same print. And I think it sold for $75. So Rails I'm having a lot of luck with. Even I think this morning I also sold another Rails dress. I went to an estate sale like, I don't know, like 3 to 5 months ago, and got a ton of Rails pieces, some of them new with tags, and they're all starting to sell now, which I will wait 3 to 6 months for something to sell for $75. I don't mind that one bit. All right, this is And Other Stories. It is a size 4, US 4, and it is just basic, but it is black, and I've had really good luck with this brand. It doesn't always sell quickly, but it sells, I don't know, 35 to 40-ish, or at least that's how it was selling the last time I was an active seller, which was December, I think. All right, this is COS, or COS. I never know which it is, but it's new with tags, and it's just a top. It's got this funky, fun, like almost like bow detail. It's like the middle of a bow. So I'm gonna send that one to her. She said she sells that brand. All right, these are We the Free. I will send these to her. They're a size 24, but cute style. I mean, someone's biscuit's definitely gonna be out in these, but to each their own. Super cute. This is another pair of Lululemon shorts, and they're not an old tag because they have the style around there. Rip tag is missing, but there's the logo, which is kind of worn off, but otherwise they're in great condition. This is a great find. Redone. Again, size 24. Clearly, all these 24s probably came from the same person. Straight leg, button fly, but Redone is a great brand. It doesn't sell as quickly as it used to for me, but it just does still sell for a lot. All right. This is Madewell. This one is just so cute. I could not leave it behind. It is an open knit, but look how cute with those striped sleeves. I would totally keep this if it was even close to my size, which I was an 18-20 or a 2X, 3X, and I am now a 14-16, more of a 16 than a 14, and a size 0X, 1X. So that's exciting. I can shop in a regular store now. We've got Icebreaker, merino wool. It's just like a pullover, quarter zip. Icebreaker's great. Last time I was checking comps on Icebreaker, they were selling for like 40 bucks pre-owned. So hopefully that's still the case. We've got another Lululemon. Got logo there. This is like a, what do they call this? Laser cut or whatever. It's got like, it's sheer. It has holes in it. All right. Got another Bowden piece, size 14 regular. They had like 6 of this exact dress in all different colors, but all of the rest of them either had stains on them or they were like solid black or solid blue. So I left the rest and I got this one. But it would have been nice to be able to make bundles with those. Whoops. All right, and the last few items in these bags are all the same piece, but different like styles and prints. They're all Patagonia, all size 2, and they're all this button down like flannel material. So they all have an extra button, all have the fabric tags in them, great condition. I'm sure that these will do really well on eBay. I feel like I've heard that Patagonia does really well on eBay. So again, a size 2. Although we are not exactly in the flannel Patagonia season, hopefully somebody will snatch these up before it gets too warm so they don't sit. So I'm pretty sure I had like 5 of those, which tells me there's probably a bag or 2 still in my trunk from this haul. But we're already at, I had to stop the video when the guy was blowing, so I don't know how long I've been talking, but I feel like this is already a really long video, so I'm probably not going to include those items in this video. Oh, there's a piece that fell. Oh, all right. Last piece, Bryn Walker, size large. It's just a white drapey tank top, like sleeveless top. So, you know, the Lag and Look ladies love this brand. So I was not going to leave that behind. Even though it's plain white, I still think it'll sell. So, all right, that is everything that I brought in from that haul. I'm pretty sure there's more because that didn't feel like 61 items, but just know the rest of the haul was just as good as that. More Lululemon and things like that. Anyways, all right, what else do I have to catch you guys up on? Probably the reason I've been avoiding filming a video for the past probably 3 weeks is because I was avoiding having to share that we lost Bentley, my dog. He was just a little bit shy of, I think like 12 days shy of his 15th birthday. So he lived an amazing life. He, towards the end, was special needs. He had diabetes, epilepsy, and debilitating anxiety. So we had a very regimented like caretaking system for him. It was very routine. You know, if you know somebody with diabetes, you know that the insulin schedule, like when you have to give them their insulin shots and things like that, is very strict. It's every 12 hours. You can't like weave more than like 30 minutes one way or another. So, and I want to say time is all running together right now, but I want to say that he was diagnosed with that like 3 or 4 years ago. So that has been our life, 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. For the past 3 or 4 years. So, you know, not only have I lost like my best friend, it's been a really hard transition to go from having him to take care of and to like put all of my time and energy into to not having that. Um, and I'd say, you know, I'm very lucky that he passed when he did, because we had a few scares when we almost lost him several times over the past few years. He had a mystery mass in his stomach, and the emergency vet basically told us like that we needed to talk aftercare and end of life, and we just did not believe that it was his time to go. So we waited until Monday when his normal vet opened up, and she did emergency surgery on him and saved his life, and we got another 3 years out of him. But if he had passed back then 3 years ago, I was at like a very, very low place mentally and emotionally, and I don't think I could have handled the loss. It has been very hard. Like, I mean, the first week was just, I was just a zombie. But I have done a lot of self-work over the past few years, through therapy and other means. I'm on medication now that I was not on back then, and the loss has been manageable because of that. Not to say it has not been hard. It has been the hardest thing I've ever gone through in my life. But I'm able to look at it from the lens of gratitude versus loss most days. I mean, I do have my days where I'm like, poor me, I miss him, like, it's not fair. Like, I have those days for sure. But most days, I just feel grateful that we got so many years with him, so much great time, especially having almost lost him a couple times. We really, like, when we had those close calls, like, we loved him before, but like we went all in. Like when we almost lost him, like we realized how precious his life was, and we did everything we could do to make him like the happiest dog ever in those last few years. So I just feel so grateful. Like, I know that there's a lot of people out there that don't get 15 years with their dogs, and I only had 13 of those 15 because I didn't adopt him until he was 1, and there was a year in there when I had a friend foster him for me. But like 13 years is a long time. Like I adopted him in college, and he went through every like heartbreak, every new relationship, every move. Like, he has been the biggest trooper in my life, and he really was, like, he was a registered emotional support dog, because I truly, like, there's not a person in this world that could console me the way that he did. So anyways, I just feel so lucky that he was mine, and that, you know, I was able to share his life with him. And towards the end, what ended up making him pass was neuropathy. He had nerve issues. We actually thought it was arthritis. Like, literally, he'd been medicated for neuropathy for years, and I thought they were like pills for arthritis for his back legs. Like, I had no idea. But what happened was he had a pretty quick decline of the neuropathy, which is essentially just like your nerves deteriorating. So his back leg stopped working, and he was almost 100-pound dog. So, you know, when your legs don't work, like, I couldn't just pick him up under one arm and take him outside to go potty. Like, there was just no quality of life there. So we ended up making the hard decision on March 12th to schedule euthanasia on March 13th. And at 5 o'clock in the morning on March 13th, I was sleeping next to him on the ground, and something woke me up, and I was there, and he took his last breath, and I was just there telling him he was a good boy. And he always sat in here with me when I would film YouTube videos. So I've been dreading doing this first video because I knew that I was gonna cry. I haven't cried in a few days, and I've been avoiding it. But I know that I need to get back to a normal routine to be able to heal. And yeah, so I don't know how much of this I'm actually going to put in the video, but just know that he's no longer with us. We do have Remy. Remy, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. So Remy's still here, although she did on Tuesday get into a bottle of vitamin D and cost me $1,000 at the vet. But she has been, helping us out. We've been loving on her, and she's thriving as an only dog. Like, she plays more now than she ever played when Bentley was here. She never liked when we gave him attention. So honestly, I think she's not mad about the fact that she's the only dog now. But anyways, we're just making it. Other than that, let's see what else has been going on. Lots of good things. Work, my full-time job is very busy right now. April this month, when I'm recording this, is probably, if not the busiest month I've ever had as an event planner at this company. It's close to it. We have already knocked out a couple of massive events, and we have, not this upcoming week, but the week after that, we have an Earth Day event and then a huge blowout celebration because our company made the list for top 100 companies in the US, which is, it's the first time that we've made that list. So we are doing a massive celebration. Are you done? So we're doing a massive celebration with live music, food trucks, all the things. And those are both happening in the same week, the week of the 22nd. So once I get through those events, I always say this, I have fairly smooth sailing, and I think that my reselling will, I'll have more time for it, to focus on it. It never ends up happening. I always something comes up and I end up being busy when I'm not expecting to be. But anyways, I'm just very happy at work. Very happy with my boss, with my assistant, with the events that we're able to put on. I love it so much. I would never, ever leave that. They'd have to literally drag me out of there for me to stop working at that company. So let's see, that's been going good. What else has happened? I think I shared all the other things I was going to share at the end in the middle of the video because I can't stop talking. But anyways, that's it. I apologize for crying on camera. I knew it was going to happen, but I've done it now. I got it out of the way, and hopefully it won't happen again. So I hope you guys have been thriving in your reselling businesses over the past few months. Again, I apologize for kind of ghosting you guys without an explanation. I think I did explain it on Instagram, but I didn't really post anything here announcing that I wouldn't be making videos because it kind of just happened. Oh, the other things that happened that weren't so great in the last few months is I got the flu really bad. So I got the flu. I had my birthday, which was on February 17th, and it was the best birthday I've ever had. I felt so loved, and it was just amazing. And then I think 2 or 3 days after that, I got the flu, and I was down for over a week with the flu, and it was pretty gnarly. And then I got better, kind of. I generally felt better, and I was not contagious, so I went back to work. And I think I was at work for 2 days, and then Bentley started to decline, and then we lost him. And then I finally went back to work after that. I took about almost a week off after that happened. Finally went back to work. I think I overdid it, and got sick again, got a cold. I tested negative for everything, but I had a cold for almost 2 weeks straight. So I missed the gym between all of that for over 3 weeks, which was wild. But I did stay on track from food intake and diet perspective. We decided to partner with a local food prep, macro-friendly food prep company, and we get 12 meals a week that are vacuum sealed. We just microwave them or put them in the oven or whatever, and they're already balanced for you. You know what you're getting, how many calories, how many carbs, how many fats, etc. And that really is the only reason that I stayed on track. But I would say previously, going through all of this, being sick, having a loss, I would have defaulted to food as a source of comfort, and I did not do that. So the fact that I went through the hardest thing I've ever gone through in my life and I did not fall off the wagon, I would consider that a win. So yeah, even though some pretty crappy things have happened to me in the past month and a half, there have been a lot of wins as well. I've done a lot of growing. My husband and I are closer than we've ever been, because we survived something hard together. And I am definitely optimistic about the future. I do have bad days where, a lot of it affects me, but I have more good days than bad days. So I'm really optimistic that I'll be able to hopefully get back in some sort of rhythm with YouTube. I really have missed it so much. It's such a creative outlet for me, and it creates such a community, like a sense of community with like-minded people. And I've been missing that a lot. So I appreciate you guys and your patience while I've been out. You know, a few of you have commented on my old videos while I've been gone saying you missed me, and like that means so much to me. You know, it just makes me feel like I'm adding value to y'all's days when I post videos, and that's always how I want it to be. I want that to be the case. I want that's the reason I'm sharing with you guys, is I hope that I can help some of you the way that other YouTubers have helped me before now. So anyways, I'm probably just rambling at this point, so I am going to sign off and get this edited for you guys, and hopefully I will catch you guys soon in the next couple weeks with a new video. Hope you have a great day.